Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to PowerTrain Esports. I'm your host, Crazy Bill 96, back for another week, round 9 of League 1, and we're here at Canada. Of course, standard procedure, short qualifying into a 35 lap 50% Grand Prix. No sprint race this week. We've got I was going to say full grid. We don't have a full grid. We have 15 people racing this week, which is better than last week's, I think, 11 or 12 we had, possibly. Let me just adjust this microphone. There we go. And no one told me last week, but my microphone was crackling to absolutely no end. So I'm praying that this week I've changed the sensitivity. I've turned it down a little bit. Hopefully I'm loud enough and everyone can hear me. I'm hoping that if it does start to crackle during the race, I'm hoping people will notify me of such sounds. But yeah, already 5 people on the stream, which is good to see. Very eager to watch what may unfold. But anyway, we're about to start qualifying. Of course, Canada. Sounds clear as a bell. Beautiful. That's good to hear from Brummy Saint. Jeff the Slayer, how are we doing? That's good to hear that the mic sounds a lot better now. There's no need for me to shout yet, but hopefully when I do start getting a little bit more vocal, it doesn't start to crackle then. I did do some sound tests with I Am Slough and young Tommy. He joined midway through and I think he thought he joined something a little bit too late because he was very confused by my constant shouting. But no, I was just checking the mic was working. It's Vils, of course, one of my good friends, English Villain, racing today. He's going to try and put in a lap. He says that on his time trial this week he's improved by 4/10 over the past few days. That is very good to hear. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to turn that game audio down. Actually, let me check what it's on. We'll turn it down to 4. We'll turn it down to 4. Right then. Let's have a look what tyres everyone will be running. Of course, the soft tyre, as it is short qualifying. We'll get that telemetry on. And we'll get, let's see, the lap data. And just to say, I said, yo, Vils, hope you have a cracker. Indeed. Let's hope everyone has a cracker. No crashing today, no incidents, hopefully. And we'll have a nice, clean race with some lovely bit of action. But anyway, KA is going to be on an out lap. Of course, invalidating his out lap, but that doesn't matter. And you can tell when someone's invalidated. And if you look in that is a layout or a drawing of the map in the bottom right. If it's all red, that means that they have invalidated the lap. But of course, he's not on a lap right now, so it doesn't matter. But he's about to go on one, entering the Wall of Champions for the first lap of the day. KA looking to set a lovely time in the Aston Martin, going into the first corner, down to 4th gear, slightly wide there. You can take much more apex than that into 3rd, trying to get the traction out of there, which can be quite tricky for someone who's not an experienced player. Down to 4th gear here, cutting the corners as much as possible. Very nicely done from the Aston Martin. Flat out round here into Sector 2. Sector 1 time of a 19.8, which is not bad at all. In 4th gear, get a snap of oversteer there, ever so slightly. DRS wide open, going into this very, very fast chicane. Down to 4th gear once more, up to 5th to get the traction. Very nicely done there. And there's another DRS zone coming up now. The detection point was just back there. That's where that line is, a purple Sector 2 for the Aston Martin. And here he will be able to open it up, just going past, I believe that is a Ferrari. That might be young Tommy. Oh no, it's not. He's not out. That would be Lou Boy Extremes. Anyway, the Aston Martin going into the Wall of Champions. This is where most drivers invalidate here, and he's always, as I just say, that commentator's curse. He has invalidated. Lou Boy Extreme next up to set a lap. Canada can be eventful, hopefully not too much though, says Jeff the Slayer, and I'm Sloth, celebrating that PowerTrain Esports is live once more. Right, let's see who we have. Alfie Dolan looking to set a lap. A 117.4. Now, if you don't know this track, that time is a god-awful, but I think... Oh, dear. I think that Alfie Dolan can do much better than that by a good 20 seconds at least. Well, not at least. A 107 would be 20 seconds. God blimey! I thought you said a 127. No, a good 8 seconds, I'd say. An English villain goes quickest with a 111.6. Of course. Oh, I'm losing track here. The last game. See. The last game, or the game, I can't remember. Last time I was playing F1 competitively, the times were in the very, very late 08s and the 09s. I don't know what is quick round here, but a 111.6 is a good starting point there, set by English Villain. Let's see what the other drivers can do. It's Menace, of course, previously known as Menace Max, will be starting a lap. Second in the championship, currently behind Sam Swift Ninja, who is also on an outlap, and I believe he is next to start. But let's see if we can spot anyone coming around the final few corners to settle up. Alfie Dolan, unfortunately, invalidating. And there's going to be an Aston Martin of KA invalidating again. So he's going to have to come back in the pits and put on some fresh slicks. And let's see. Sicko. Or Psycho, however you want to say that. I'm going to say Sicko for now. 2-1-3. Has not invalidated just yet. He's going to go into the Wall of Champions. DRS wide open. Of course, that flap closes, so he can get all the grip in the world through there in the rear end. DRS open once more, and it's going to be a 112.9. Very close to a 113. Drink, Bill, drink. Oh, blimey. Redeemed hydrate. Excuse me. I will have a sip of my mineral still water from Sainsbury's. Very nice. Anyway, thank you very much, Jet Slayer. Andy Lou setting a time there, and it's a 12.2. But I tell you what, here we go. Menace Max setting the bar here with a 10.5, a 1.1 seconds quicker than English Villain. Wow, that is a lap and a bit from Menace Max. Well, I don't really know what's quick around here, but compared to everyone else's time, absolutely blistering. Sir Young Tommy looks to be on a lap as well, as I'm Sloth dropping in the Sean Deitch in the chat there. What a very, very sexy man. Lou Boy Extremes doesn't look like he's going to be setting a lap. He looks like he was on a cool down lap to once again start back up on a flying lap. And there is a Red Bull coming around the corner of Modu Job, or as he likes to be called, Mo. So he's going to start in the Red Bull, of course, everyone's favourite car. And he's invalidated on the first corner. You don't see that often, but anything's possible. And KD, I speak not. KD sets a 10.2. I am Sloth for pole, says Jeff the Slayer. Sloth denying that claim. He thinks he's going to be very far off. And I was talking to Sloth, and he says he's about a second off the leaders here. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do. He's staying in the pits, hasn't set a banker lap or anything of those sorts. Sam Swift Ninja's come around the final corner now. Let's see what he can do. As a 10.2 it is, and he's 200ths quicker than KD. So there you go, Sam Swift Ninja currently in pole. Evening, Idolano. Good evening, good sir. As K8 is on an outlap. Hashtag wheel tracks as Idolano. You could say that, I suppose. I mean, there's wheel tracks, there's controller tracks. I don't really know what's what, to be honest. I think from what I remember, Great Britain is a controller track. Or I'm getting that completely wrong and it's actually a wheel track. I'm not really sure. Anyway, Modu Giobi is going to be opening the DRS to start his lap. And it looks like there's a McLaren of Kieran. And he's a 10th and a half up, but he's going to be going into the pits. He must have made a mistake in Sector 3. And Sam Swift Ninja, of course, on a cool-down lap from setting that provisional pole time. As KA, once again, trying to get his name on the boards, has not invalidated just yet. I think he's been on that same set of tyres for quite a bit now. Yeah, well, one lap. It's not quite a bit, but it's, you know. And as I'm going to look at the tyres here, Sir Young Tommy looking to set a time on the medium tyre. Bill, says Jonesy. Good evening, Jonesy. How do you do? It's been a week off and we're ready for racing once more. Of course, Canada is always an eventful one, as Jake rightly mentioned. And speaking of eventful, the World of Champions here. Can KA keep it valid? Yes, he can. Opens the DRS. And across the line he goes. A 110.9 for KA. Of course, KA is a very, very, very good little driver there. And So Young Tommy is invalidated from the session. Not invalidated. What am I talking about? He's retired from the session. I think he's happy with what he's got there. And he's just going to stick it out. Billy Bob is a knob. I can't think of a rhyme back. But I would say something in return. As Menace Max just invalidated down the Wall of Champions. I think he was gonna. Well, he was on an outlap, so I don't know why he slowed down. Very, very confusing indeed. As I Am Sloth is on an outlap. We're going to see what the Williams can do. As well as the Aston Martin of KA getting more screen time. No, I'm joking. He is chilling. He is on a cool-down lap after setting quick enough for 4th place. I'll tell you what, English Villain coming out of the pits once more. He is in 5th. Might be getting a nosebleed at this rate. No, I'm joking. We love English Villain. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. Anyway, who's setting times here? I feel like I'm missing something. Someone just moved up. Or I'm having a giggle. Anyway, I Am Sloth. We'll follow him because he won last week's race. So let's see what he can do here. Into second gear. Staying in second gear. Getting out of that traction zone. They're very interesting. Of course, usually people pick 3rd or 4th for that. Cutting that corner to nowhere. I'm surprised he didn't get invalidated there. Coming out of sector 1. What's the timings on this? A 19.5. Very quick indeed. That is about 4 tenths quicker in sector 1 than I think KA, which is interesting. One of KA's first laps anyway. Into 8th gear, of course. Top here now. Into the chicane. Down to 4th gear. Using all the track possible. It's going well. A 41.7 so far. He's clipped the grass, and that's going to make him go just a little bit deep. But he's gonna keep going. He's going to open the DRS on the run to the Wall of Champions. And he's going to try and pick up a little slipstream off that car that looks like a dot. Right ahead there, the Williams. Into the Wall of Champions. And oh my God, how did he not invalidate that? I don't know, but he's opened the DRS, and what's this time going to be? It's a 110 flat, and it is indeed. Provisional pole position for I Am Sloth. He's chatting out of his bum. Ladies and gentlemen, he's chatting out of his bum. I'm not quick enough. I'm a second slower. Yeah, get out of here, Sloth. A 110 flat. Absolutely brilliant. Hold your Sloth for pole, said Jeff the Slayer. Jones, did you mind, mate? Of course. I Am Sloth underestimating himself once more. He has chucked it on pole. It's a Williams 1-2. And speaking of that, KD just a tenth slower than Sloth there. But he's not far off at all. I did honest. Sloth is sandbagging. The cheek, honestly. It's like Lewis Hamilton in a pre-season back when Mercedes was decent. English Villain looking to it. Looks like he invalidated that lap, but I think he's going to go on another one. Opening that DRS to start once more. And I believe... Yeah, that is I Am Sloth on his cool down lap. Very nice lap from Sloth there. Very, very, very nice indeed. Pole up, says Jonesy. Can Sloth get pole? Yes or no? I'm gonna vote yes. I reckon Sloth can get pole here. No pressure, mate. No pressure at all. A sicko going into the Wall of Champions there, opening that DRS. What will the Red Bull do? It's not going to quite be pole, but it's going to be a 111.5, which puts him just above English Villain there. There's about a tenth and a half between it. And if at any point, I just want to make this clear because we have got the highest amount of viewers right now. We've got 12 views. If at any point my mic does start to crackle, please let me know. I will turn the sensitivity right down because I don't want anybody's poor ears listening to that at any point in this stream whatsoever. Anyway, English Villain 3 tenths up on his time right now. Going into the Wall of Champions, hopefully... Oh, never mind. He's going into the pits. I think he might put on a fresh set of soft tyres to go out on his final run, because he can definitely go quicker. As we saw, It was about 3/10 up going into sector 3, so you never know. Anyway, we're looking at the Haas here of Andy Liu. Open that DRS, looking to improve, of course. It's going to look like a 1:11.4. Puts him into 6th place, just above Sicko and English Villain. Very nicely done by him. We have an Alfa Romeo of Sam Swift, who's in the pit. Swanee for pole, actually. Didn't see he was here. Says Jeff the Slayer. Where you at, Swanee? Oh, that's a good shout, you know. I don't know. Swanee, you know, he's got to get pole at some point. You know what I mean? It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Anyway. Andy Liu was setting his lap. Looks like an Alpha Tauri of Alfie Dolan. 1 second down. I don't think he's going to be improving. Oh, he will, but I don't think it's what he wanted to. But I think he's going to go on a lap now. Slightly losing the rear end there off the back of that turn 1. So, yeah, anyway. We got Albo looking to improve 3/10 up and 3/10 down, sorry, I should say. So I'm just going to quickly... There we go. Only realistic league that Swanee only chance of pole is Swanee and the Red Bull in the realistic league by any chance. Yes, of course, as I mentioned, I don't know if there's anyone who isn't part of the league who's watching this stream, but if you are not part of the league, I must say, this is not the only action. This week we have League 2 on tomorrow night at 8 PM, and I don't know when the realistic league's on, but I mean, it's on at some point. It's on at some point. I couldn't tell you when though. But anyway, Sparko looking to set a lap there. 2.5 minutes left of this 18-minute qualifying session leading onto the race. And Sparko has got an invalidated lap already as KD's on an out lap. He wants to get pole off his teammate. He wants to get pole. Nothing's going to stop him. Unless, well, his manner of skill might stop him. But anyway, let's have a look and see if KD can... Oh, he's backed out. He's backed out. He doesn't think that lap is going to be enough to take Sloth off of the throne there. And that throne being first place. And Sam Swift Ninja, of course, the championship leader. I'll tell you what, this will be an interesting one. So watch. Yes, he's in the realistic league. It's on Friday at 7:30. So there you go. We got tomorrow 8 PM. We have League 2, and then on Friday at 7:30 we have the realistic league as Sam going into the chicane, not invalidating but cutting that corner once again to no end. Let's see how far up he is. Only 800ths, but he is improved by 2/10. So let's see what he can do here. The DRS wide open, the Haas getting out of his way, and of course this man he's a championship leader for a reason. He's very, very quick. Going into sector 3, let's see how much he's improved. 1.5 tenths here from Sam Swift. Ad brake snooze, so don't miss the end of quali because I'm a mod goat lot, like Jonesy says. The ad brake has been snoozed, and I tell you what, we won't want to miss Sam Swift Ninja. Here he comes into the wall of champions there. Not invalidating whatsoever. Looking like he cut it though. DRS open. Will he be able to take pole? Yes, he will. 3/10 improvement there from Sam Swift Ninja. Takes him onto pole position by 1/10.5. Taking Sloth off of it. But Sloth is on an out lap. He's looking to reclaim that first place. And Sam Swift, I don't think he'll go on another one. But KD is on another lap. And let's see what he's doing. Going into sector 3. He's 500ths down. The most... Oh, let's see. Will he be able to find time in the Wall of Champions? He might have found a little bit of time on that traction zone coming out the hairpin there. The ERS is open once more. And as he comes down the back straight into the Wall of Champions, he's going to look at cutting it as much as he can. And he cut it just too much there because unfortunately he has invalidated. And that is the session over. KD crashing in style. And yeah, that is the session over. Mo looking to set a lap and he can't get one off. He's invalidated and he will start P16. Unfortunately, going in to... a 5-place grid penalty by Lou Boy for hitting Swanshanks. That's no good at all. Alfie Dolan crossing the line. And that is invalidated as well. Now, let's see what we have here. Is this I Am Sloth? I Am Sloth going into the Wall of Champions. He's 2/10 down, unfortunately. And he's hit the wall. And I don't think it will be an improvement from him, unfortunately. It's a 110.7 for Sloth. And that is the finish line. And I believe, Menace Max, look at this, 2/10 up from Menace Max. Will he be able to reclaim pole position this week as he goes over the line? And it's nothing compared, unfortunately. I think he was invalidated anyway. I don't know why I was getting so excited. KA crossing the line. He has not improved. And it looks like Sam Swift Ninja, the championship leader, will take pole position today. Prediction up, says Jonesy. Will Sam Swift get P2 again this week? Ooh. Ooh. That's a good one. That's a good one, I must say. That's a very good one indeed. Who bet 10 points, says Jonesy? That might have been me. That might have been me. Get some channel points, spend, you shit cunts. Well, what a dirty mouth, I must say, Jonesy. What a dirty mouth. Now, you lot won't be able to see that if you're watching the stream and looking at the chat there, but I've got the chat open on the PlayStation and I can see everything that gets put down, even the swearies, even the swear words. Anyway, we can see here that Sam Swift Ninja is in pole. We've got I Am Sloth following a close second, only a 10th and a bit off. And then KD following a 10th behind Menace Max. And it looks like it's going to be the exact same battle as it was in Spain last week. The same top 5 fighting it out with KA following closely behind. Anyway. Ad coming in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Jonesy, if that interrupts... Oh, it's raining. It is raining for the race start, ladies and gentlemen. Intermediates. Now, oh, this is clever marketing, you see here. You're going to miss the race start if you don't sub. Now, either people are going to be like, do you know what? People are going to be like, you know what? I forget this stream. I didn't need to sub. I don't want to watch this stupid race start. But some people are going to be really intrigued. And they're going to be like, maybe I will sub. Just so I can watch the race start. I recommend. 2 minutes to ad break. Get this race going, says Jonesy. I'm happy with 7th, to be honest. After I had a fuel incident after invalidation. So, yeah, English villain there. Losing out because of a low fuel mode. It's happened to the best of us. And here we go. We have 3. We have 4. We have 5 red lights to the Canadian Grand Prix. In the wet, it's lights out. And away we go here. Let's see who can get the upper hand. Sam Swift looking to get ahead. What a start from him. Then the Williams follow closely behind of I Am Sloth. And Menace Max going around the outside of Katie. Katie losing a place out here to Albo as Menace Max is sticking his nose in on the inside of Sloth. Going in on the inside of the first chicane. Sloth trying it around the outside. And they're still side by side. Look at this. Sloth, I think, just making the move there. And am I crackling? Am I crackling? Am I actually crackling? Because I'm going to be so upset if I am. And oh dear, look at that KD. KD's had a spin. KD's had a spin and he's off and he's in last place. And that is such a shame for him. But if I am actually cracking, look at this 3 wide there. Going into the first corner. Not the first corner. The chicane. Oh, man, I'm keep crackling, dude. That never used to happen. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I've just not got a shout. Look at this, the Aston Martin there. KA trying to overtake Sir Young Tommy. Oh, man, I've lost my rhythm now. Damn. Oh, look at this. Menace Max making a move, and I'm sloughed down the back straight. In the rain. Menace Max making a move there. Sam Swift Ninja setting a 1:24.3 as the fastest lap. And look at all this Sparko in the pits as Mo going down the inside there of Andy Liu. Let's see if he can make a move around the outside. And Sir Young Tommy on English Villain. Sir Young Tommy, of course, one of our more experienced drivers against English Villain, the rookie of the league. And he's going to try it at Sir Young Tommy moving through into 5th place. Of course, he wanted to start on the mediums. Didn't look at the weather, though, unfortunately. But anyway, English Villain looking to get this place back in the wet. Is he on the medium tyre? Are they on slicks? There's no intermediates. Is this a glitch? Or am I being silly? They've all got slick tyres on. Max P3, he reckons. Albo, of course, catching up to Sloth here. Sloth, of course, falling behind just a little bit as KD's making a move there on Luboy around the outside of the hairpin. Dear, dear me. I'll tell you what, here we go then. Albo making a move on Sloth there for P3. And he's going to be very pleased with that. Menace Max, of course, trying to catch up to Sam Swift Ninja. Nothing doing as of yet, though. Menace Max setting the fastest lap, so he looks like he is pushing there to try and gain a place. Well, to get that first place is Alfie Dolan. Look at this right behind Mo as he looks to the inside. Nothing doing, though, for the Alpha Tauri. We've seen Alfie lose it quite a bit there. He loses rear end quite a bit going into that first corner and coming out of that second corner. So let's hope he can keep it stable. But yeah, anyway, Sloth looking to get the place back on Albo as Alfie Dolan looking to make a move, and oh dearie me, dearie me, Mo tried to make a move on the inside there, I think, and he's lost the car completely and he's taken out one of Alfie's wheels. And that will bring out the safety car. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to turn this. I don't know if I have to turn the mic sensitivity down or... Let's have a look. Hang on. Microphone level. I've turned it all the way down now. I know we're playing in this league again. Legend FIFA, which is Alfie Dolan. He's not going to take part in this league again, he says. And do you know what? It's a shame, really. It's a shame. Mo, obviously, he did not mean that, but these things happen, I suppose. A Menace Max putting on a fresh set of mediums. I don't know what Albo's going to put on another fresh set of mediums too. But anyway, yeah, that's something you do not like to see. Of course, in a league race, it is such a shame. But yeah, I've turned my mic sensitivity all the way down now. So if I still crackle, then there's literally nothing else I can do. But yeah, safety car is out and it is going around the track. And I don't know if it's glitching or not, but you know. Tell you what. How people are driving on slicks right now, I don't know. I don't know if it's a spectator glitch or what. But the track is absolutely soaking right now. And they are quite happily driving on the medium soft tyres. Lovely. Right then. Anyway, sorry. I had to speak to my sound technician. That'll be my dad. I told him to let me know if there's any crackling during the commentary, and he said that the race start didn't really sound that bad, but now I've turned the sensitivity all the way down. It sounds much better, which is what you want to hear, of course. Anyway, so there is a Red Bull of Mo. He's going to try and catch the back of the pack, and I think the safety car will be in this lap. As you can see there, track conditions are starting to dry, so maybe that's what everyone put on the slicks for the meantime. But anyway, oh dear, Mo losing the rear end. But I think yeah, Mo will be getting reported for that, I do think, because he did lose it a little bit there, and unfortunately, yeah, these things happen. It's an incident, and oh dear, Mo has got a 3-second time penalty. We're under a safety car. Come on, Mo, let's catch up now. I think he will catch up. Yeah, he will. He'll be fine. Safety car will be in this lap. Sam Swift Ninja to lead the safety car restart. He's on the hard tyre. I don't really know what the strategy is around here. Of course, it was a medium soft last week, if I remember rightly. But anyway, let's see what Sam Swift can do. As the safety car calls itself in all the way back, well, all the way at the back of the back straight. And Sam Swift will be back in the pack up, and he'll be trying to keep his hard tyres warm, which of course in these conditions won't be the easiest thing to do. And Sam will be looking to drop a gear and disappear, and I think he has already. That is very early. Caught Sloth completely off guard there. Sam Swift, I'll tell you this for free, he's absolutely done a stonking restart there, and let's see if anyone can take advantage. And we've got Sloth coming through, So Young Tommy in third, English Villain in fourth there. Very good job from him, as KD is right on the back of Menace Max there, looking for the inside line, but nothing doing as of yet. And he's had a bit of a bump there from the back. It's Albo on those fresh tyres, of course, and Kieran and Sparko having a little bit of a battle there. As Sparko looking on the outside of that chicane, but Kieran will keep the place there. He will keep 13th place. Very nicely done from him, as Sicko just been passed by Menace Max, and KD looking to get past now, but he's been slowed down by Sicko. He's been slowed down, and I think this will be a disadvantage for KD, but a very good advantage for Albo, as he got past KD, and he's going right outside of Sicko, and he's been hit. Sicko has been hit, and I'm sure my mic probably would have crackled there, because I did get a little bit too excited. But KD, as we saw that happen on board with him, Albo unfortunately hit Sicko on the front tyre, and it knocked him off there, as KA looking to get past English Villain here on the run down to the Wall of Champions. So Young Tommy looking for a move on him, Sloth as well, but it would be a little bit too tight. Anyway, sorry, I'm missing the action here. So Young Tommy looking for that second place here. Is KA and English Villain? Oh, sorry, it's not KA. It's Menace Max and English Villain still battling here. And English Villain staying in fourth. Of course, a look at this dive there from Menace Max. Looking to take the position on the inside and around the outside of that chicane. And look at that, Bob Jerunkel, and there's been a car that's lost its rear end. It looks to be Albo. I think he's got a bit of wing damage there, unfortunately. Which is not the best thing in the world. Not the best thing at all. And I'm sorry, I was completely getting the battles mixed up there, but I won't be this time, as Menace Max down the inside of English Villain to take the place in the hairpin. And I don't know if he will, but yes, English Villain sitting behind him, gaining that slipstream now. Will he be using the overtake mode? I don't think he will. I think English Villain knows this isn't quite his battle. Looking for a move on the outside there. I don't think he was going to fit through that tiny gap. But he will be backing off now, and he will be trying to keep fifth place, which he's doing very well with currently. Very well with indeed. And Young Tommy wants to win, says Jeff the Slayer. And of course, DRS has been enabled this lap, as the track is turned out to be completely dry. But lots of action so far, and as I said before, I do apologise for getting the drivers mixed up. I was trying to sort out the audio quality while I was trying to watch that battle happening between Menace Max and KA. It was not English Villain. So I do apologise. But I think I've sorted the problem now. I think it should be good. So for the next 25-ish laps, you should be crackle-free, as I've moved the microphone to the other side of the room from me. And I think well, the problem was I did have it too close to my face. So we'll see if this fixes anything. And if it doesn't, then I really don't know what else to do. But anyway, English Villain doing really good right now. Of course, lost a bit of time to Menace Max, and KA looking to catch him up. And the inside, the Aston Martin goes. And that's another position claimed past English Villain, unfortunately. And as we go further up the field, So Young Tommy getting passed by Menace Max there. As Menace Max sets the fastest lap, he's looking for that championship lead, he is. And he's gaining, and he's in the podium places, and he's looking to catch up to I Am Sloth to overtake the second place. Of course, Sam Swift Ninja leading this Grand Prix since the start. So we'll see if he can stick there, stick to his position, or will he finish second place once more? And we don't know, but we do know is that KA has had an incident. I don't know with who, with what. I think he might have just made a mistake. His car looks damage free, but KA has had an incident, and it brings English Villain back up to 5th place. And KA back down to 8th. Unfortunately, he's going to have to work his way back up. But if he looks far ahead, people have got penalties. But oh yeah, he is the one with the penalties, unfortunately. Which isn't a sight to behold for him. But look at this. Swanshanks gaining a 3-second time penalty. Being one of the people involved with that little group there. Of course, English Villain being one of them as well. Andy Liu looking to overtake English Villain. He will have DRS. He will be gaining on him very, very quickly. And he's got lots of overtake mode saved up. That Haas is a rocket in a straight line. And look at that. Into the Wall of Champions. The Haas goes. And KD as well. Overtaking English Villain. Oh, Lord, no, English Villain. Made a mistake. Into the Wall of Champions. I don't know if he has damage or not. But it looks like he made a mistake. And he's let 3 people pass there, unfortunately. He was doing so well. But I think he just broke under pressure a little bit there. That's okay, though. Not to worry. He's got plenty of race left ahead of him. But KD, yeah, being one of the people, of course, he is a very quality driver. And Menace Max, look at this. Going past the Williams on the straight there. He goes up to 2nd place. And Sicko has gained a 3-second time penalty as well. Give me a second. Right, we're back. I Am Sloth there. Passed by Menace Max. And Menace Max is looking for this lead now. Of course, he has been on absolute... I don't know what to say. He's just been absolutely mental. He's been super quick, super fast through all sectors of the track. And he's looking for the lead. KD passing Andy Liu on the straight there for 5th place. And he'll be looking to catch up to the top 4. Of course, So Young Tommy dropping back ever so slightly in that Ferrari. But yes, as Jeff Desai says, as I was about to say myself, the top 3 battle is very, very close. Kieran B picking up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which is not good. Bless me at all. Excuse me. Swanee P10, says Jeff Desai. Yes, he is. Swanee is P10. He's in the points, which is very good indeed. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep our eyes on this battle here for P1. Menace Max and Sam Swift Ninja. Menace Max very rapid around this track, as I've mentioned millions of times on this stream before. And he's catching him 10th for 10th going around this track now. Look at that. He gains so much time on him. Of course, the mediums compared to the hards can be quite drastic on pace. But he will have the DRS now. Coming down this straight, and here comes Menace Max. He moves to the right-hand side. Will he be able to make the move into the Wall of Champions? Down the inside, Menace Max goes. And into P1. Beautiful move there from Max. Sam Swift Ninja won't have the DRS as well. Menace Max making a fantastic move there for P1. And he'll be looking to pull away from Sam Swift Ninja. Of course, Sloth has dropped back a little bit there, as we can see. Two seconds back from Sam Swift Ninja. And I think Menace Max will now start to pull just a little bit of that gap there. But as I say that, Sam Swift Ninja has gained time. And he's 2/10 behind Menace Max now. He will have DRS going down this straight too. And I assume he'll be trying to use some of that overtake mode as well. And of course the slipstream will all help them. And did you see how close Sam Swift was to that wall there? Insane, absolutely insane. But anyway, as they come into the hairpin once more, Sam Swift is extremely close to Menace Max. I think we might be coming into the medium to hard crossover here, of which tyre is better. Sam Swift Ninja will have DRS coming down the back of this straight. He will be using that overtake mode, and they're both running extremely low. The Alfa Romeo moves to the left-hand side, and he clears the Mercedes going into the Wall of Champions. The lead changes once more. Sam Swift Ninja, the championship leader, takes the place, but here comes Menace Max. Menace Max was catching him. He won't have the DRS, but he was catching him a little bit on that straight. And unfortunately, though, nothing doing for the Mercedes driver as of yet. KA looking to make a move on Andy Liu. And as I say that, I'm mistaken that because Andy Liu is coming to the pits for some fresh tyres. And as we can see, the medium runners are now starting to come in to put those hards on. That hard compound will hopefully take them to the end. English Villain putting on another set of mediums. Very interesting strategy from him, but I think it is box time soon for Menace Max. I think that's why they are so even right now, which would make sense, of course. But anyway, here we go now. Menace Max once again 2 to 3 tenths back from the Alfa Romeo. DRS activation point is just there, and the DRS will be wide open as soon as you get past this line. There you go. Sparko's retired from the session. That's going to be yellow flags, and that is going to be a safety car, which is exactly what Menace Max would have wanted. As Sparko, I don't know what has happened there, but Sparko's gone off the track somewhere. It looks like it's at the hairpin. Not the hairpin, sorry. What am I thinking about? I don't know where Sparko's gone off. But anyway, look at these drivers all in the pit. Sam Swift Ninja has decided to stay out on the hard tyre. Interesting strategy indeed. And I think what he's thinking is... Oh, no, never mind. The safety car is there. But Menace Max, fresh hard tyres. I am Sloth, fresh hard tyres. They will go to the end, I do believe. And of course, Sam Swift start on the hard tyres. So, let's have a look at the details here. 13 lap old hards compared to fresh hards. Now, you tell me what you think is going to be better. Oh, dear, dear, dear. I think the poll here might be telling some truth. If anyone wants to invest some points on that little prediction there that Jonesy set up, then that's completely up to you. 14 people watching the stream. You've tuned in at the wrong time because there is a safety car that's just started, unfortunately, so it's going to be a while. Prediction over now, says Jonesy, so never mind. But yeah, so it's going to be a while until the race gets started back up again. But lap 14 of 35. Almost 20 laps left to go. And as you can see, Sam Swift Ninja is going to be at quite the disadvantage. But anyway, let's see what people have gone through. So I think the Menace and Sloth are on the mediums, as well as Tommy. And they've all put on the hard tyre. And KD's put on a fresh set of mediums. Will they get to the end? That's going to be a tight one. I don't really know. Albo had to pick because he had damage earlier. Back up to P6, a fair play to him. But he is on 5 lap old hards. So there's no point of him pitting. KA just behind him on fresh hards as well. Andy Liu and English Villain, fresh mediums for them. Unfortunately, they did it a lap early. They did it on the lap where there was not a safety car. And Mo on the fresh hards. Swanee doing the same as Andy Liu and English Villain. Lou Boy Extreme changing tyres the same lap that Albo did. Psycho changing to the hards the same lap that English Villain and Andy Liu did. And of course Kieran on the fresh hards. But if we look at the track map now, we can see the drivers starting to form a pack here. They're starting to form a pack. And I don't know if the safety car will be in this lap purely because of Kieran being so far behind. He's only just about to finish sector 1. So I think the safety car will be out for one more. But if you remember in Spain last week, I'll tell you what, that is the latest I've ever seen the safety car being called in. I think It literally, it went over the pit line. It was called in that lane. I've never seen it before. What's Sam done? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. He would have kept the lead as well if he pit. I don't know what he was thinking. But it's all in the spur of the moment. You know, you cannot judge the decision making of a driver because they're under so much pressure to make the right decision. They might just think, oh, you know, I might do this and hopefully it's okay, but it's not. And I think we are going to see Sam Swift get swarmed at the safety car restart, unless he gets an absolutely magical bloody restart here. And he manages to pull out a magical second of some sort. And Menace, Max and Sloth and Tommy all have a really dramatic crash, and they all go into a wall and blow up, and the race can't be continued, and Sam Swift wins. Only under those circumstances, though, I think this is going to go well. Unfortunately for the Alfa Romeo driver. Anyway, safety car. Now Kieran has caught up, will be in this lap. But they have got a little bit left to do with this current lap. I think that's 2 or 3 laps into the safety car they've just had there. 13 people watching for the safety car restart, which is about to take place. You bloody love to see it. Anyway, Sam Swift Ninja will be starting to back up the pack now as race controllers called the safety car in. And let's see, look at this, look at the eagerness there from Menace Max in the bottom left. As you can see him going around the hairpin. It was almost side by side with Sam Swift there. He's so very eager to get past the Alfa Romeo. He almost got past him before he was allowed to. But anyway, Menace Max warming up the tyres there behind the Alfa Romeo. Let's see what he can do. As Sam Swift, here we go. Sam Swift Ninja has gone. He's tried to make the move here quite early. Those hards are going to be quite cold. And oh dear, he's almost tripped up there. The rear end slipping out slightly, but he's made the move and he's managed to keep the lead going into turn 1. And look at this, Swanshanks unfortunately dropping back, which is not what you want to see. The legend himself, Swanshanks, losing out there down to 14th place. And a very, very clean restart there from everybody. Unfortunately, no overtakes from any of the cars whatsoever, but I think we will see some coming up soon. As Sam Swift Ninja managing to keep that gap at 4/10 on those old hards. He's doing very well indeed. Menace Max looking to get the slipstream there off on the Alfa Romeo. He's so close to the back of Sam Swift there, but he is going to be patient. He's going to wait for the back straight, or is he? He's got the run here, coming out of the chicane. Here comes Menace Max, taking the lead once more off the championship leader. And Sam Swift going to the hairpin will be under a lot of pressure now from the Williams driver of I Am Sloth. And Sloth is already side by side with Sam Swift. Look at this, and he's overtaken Sam now, as well as Sir Young Tommy. He's going to be behind the Alfa Romeo now to the sister car of the Ferrari. Of course, going into the Wall of Champions, Tommy's going to be taking it very, very easy. He doesn't want to rush anything yet. And of course, as you can see, the difference it makes. But look at this, Sam Swift's not back down yet. He's looking at the back of the Williams car there. But I don't think he was going to make a move. I think he knew that it might be a little bit silly there for him to be making that move. Anyway, Sir Young Tommy just behind Sam Swift now. This is going to be 3rd place for the Ferrari driver. Of course, on fresh hards, like the top 2. And KA's for a 3-second time penalty there, unfortunately. Which will hinder his race. Of course, at the end, add 3 seconds onto his race time. But anyway, here we go now. The Ferrari of Tommy getting the slipstream, using the overtake mode, moving to the left-hand side. And that's going to be another place lost for Sam Swift Ninja. And speaking of penalties, I Am Sloth has picked up a 3-second time penalty, which is going to be absolutely crucial for everyone's race finish at the end, because the top 3, top 4, top 5 are so close. And speaking of close, KD once again overtaking Sam Swift Ninja. He's losing place. He's like no tomorrow. And this is exactly what we thought would happen. And his teammate now, Alvo, he's got no choice but to overtake one of his own, as it is just going to slow him down if he doesn't. And as you can see there, it's slowed him down that much. He's got in the dirty air, and he's lost the rear end there ever so slightly. And Mo, an English villain. Oh no, English villain's gone into the pits. I think he might have a little bit of damage. But Albo making the move there, and his teammate Sam has gone from P1 to P6 in 2 laps. And it's just the difference fresh tyres can make. It really is. But anyway, as we move on, Albo has picked up a penalty. But let's have a look at this fight for P1 here. I Am Sloth, although he has a 3-second time penalty, he'll be very, very eager to pick up this place. Oh, Menace Max, and he's catching up. He's got the DRS, of course, so he's going to be very close to the back of that Mercedes car into the chicane. He wants to keep it nice and tidy through here. And I think English Villain has lagged out the session. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he might have lagged out. I'm not really sure. But anyway, that doesn't matter right now. As we can see, I Am Sloth. He's going to pick up the DRS, but I don't think it's going to be enough on this lap. He's 5/10 back from the leader. And unfortunately, the DRS and the slipstream in the overtake mode will not be enough this time round. And English Villain has been disqualified. I think his AI might have parked. I don't know what happened there. But there's been a caution in Sector 2. And English Villain has been disqualified. That is strange. I've never ever seen that before. Fight, 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 Menace and Sloth, said Jeff the Slayer. Oh, I am rooting for that to happen as well. But here we go then. I Am Sloth once again. We're in the exact same position we were last lap. But it looks like Sloth disqualified. What a villain. What a villain is English Villain. He's been disqualified from the session for parking in an illegal place on track. And there's his AI there. Very strange indeed. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't know if he tried to retire from the pits, but he did it wrong. Or I really don't know. But I don't think there's going to be an overtake here from Sloth, as he is further back than he was last lap. But anyway, we move down the field, and KA has got the DRS now on Sam Swift. Sam Swift. Oh no. English Villain has desynced from the session. That is very unfortunate indeed. But anyway, KA goes into the pits. Albo in the pits as... Oh, sorry, not KA. Albo's going into the pits. KA, he's still on track. Excuse me. It looks like English Villain have desynced from the session. And unfortunately, it's things like this that... I mean, his race is over now, isn't it? Unfortunately. And I know that he was looking forward to this race as well, so that is a real shame that has happened. But look how close Sloth is to the back of Menace Max. Here, DRS wide open once more. Into this chicane. I don't think much is going to happen, as it never really does go into this chicane. Oh no. So it looks like cars. It looks like there's been a bit of a mini game involved here. For as long as English Villain's car is on that track, there's going to be no overtakes allowed in the area of the yellows. So you've got to pick, really pick where you make your overtakes now. Because you might not be able to make them where you want to make them. And Mo, it looks like he's making a move on Andy Lou. Past on the back straight and into the Wall of Champions. He'll be a place higher on the board in that Red Bull car. And Sicko as well down the inside of the Wall of Champions on Swanshanks. And that'll be 9th place for Sicko. So very nicely done by that lot. Andy Lou just behind Mo, trying to catch up with him, still trying to keep up the pace, but I don't know if that'll be the case. Let's see. KA on 8 lap old. Hard. Sam Swift on 24, and he's still... Oh, not 24, 21. And he's still making up he's still making up the pace to stay behind KA, but KA with I thought that was going to be a very uncanny dive there, I must say. But what can I sense? Can I sense I Am Sloth is right behind Menace Max on the back straight? I think I can. I think he's right there. But once again, I think Menace Max just gets the edge of the traction going out of that hairpin. I tell you what, absolutely amazing traction. The yellow flags have stopped, so thank God English Villain strategy has worked. But down the inside goes KA. Sam Swift has not left him enough room down the inside, so KA had to cut the corner. Otherwise, he would have gone into him. It was either get a penalty or lose a front wing. And I think KA chose wisely there. But anyway, he might have picked up a 3-second time penalty. Whether he will report that to possibly get rid of that 3 seconds. But yeah, past Sam Swift he goes, and hopefully he'll be able to pull away for his sake. As Albo picking up the fastest lap of the session down in 12th with a 1:12. Menace being a menace. Says yes to say, of course, yes, staying in first place. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, our championship leader, Sam Swift Ninja, is still yet to pit in this Grand Prix. He is yet to pit. And I think he's hoping and praying for another safety car. That would be handy dandy for him indeed. And I am Sloth once again very close to the back of it. It's a menace, but nothing doing, unfortunately. Trying to keep behind him on the wall of champions, getting that DRS, but still nothing doing, unfortunately. As that DRS closes, another lap they go round the loophole. And it looks like Menace Max has gone a little bit wide there, which is going to give Sloth the opportunity to get right under his gearbox. And this is the closest I've seen them all race long. Almost a 10.5 between them as Mo gets past Andy Lou there for P7 again. These two having a little tussle between themselves, and Mo making a slight error there on the throttle. A little bit trigger happy. But it looks like he's going to be able to keep that place away from Andy Lou. As we look further on, as Sloth once again on the gearbox of Max. But I'll tell you what, Max, the traction that Max gets out of these corners is stupendous. Sloth once again, he's going to try coming out of this hairpin, but look at this, look at the traction Max gets out of there. It's outrageous. He's going to try and use some overtake mode. Let's have a quick look at the telemetry to see how much they've got. 70% for Sloth, 22% for Max. So I think that is why Sloth has not budged from second place. He's not been using his overtake mode. He's been trying to save it as much as he possibly can, using a bit here and there out of the traction zones to get that tiny boost, to keep him connected with Menace. But nothing doing between those two as of yet. Andy Lou getting past Mo. It's a off and on fight between these two, and Mo's gone into the back of Andy Lou there as well, as he picked up a penalty for cutting the wall of champions way too much there. But yeah, Andy Lou picking up a 3-second time penalty. Mo going into the back of him. Hopefully Mo doesn't have damage. I think he's already been into the pits once this race for damage that wasn't his fault. No, not damage that wasn't his fault. He did make a mistake, and he went into the side of Alfie Dolan. But yeah, I've got to say. Anyway, Sam Swift Ninja keeping up with KA, the Aston Martin car there, very nicely indeed. And Sloth is looking to drop back from Menace Max. I believe they are going onto the back straight, and he might, if Menace Max keeps this pace up, he might just move out of the DRS of Sloth. This is impressive from Menace Max, really. He's got no penalties. He's keeping first place, and he's trying to extend his lead, and he's doing a pretty good job with it. As Albo and Kieran looking to have a little bit of a tussle there. Albo, I don't know if he went around the outside there, or Kieran tried it on the inside. That was very nice indeed, as Albo is looking to overtake Swanshanks here. Hasn't got much overtake mode left, but he'll slip into the 16. The Swanshanks, and oh my good heavens, that was close. That was so close to Swanshanks' rear wheel, it was insane. Mo and Psycho, the two Red Bulls, having a little bit of a scrap here. Will Mo be able to get past his teammate? Not this lap, but once again, look how close these two are. I feel like Sloth is much quicker towards the end of Sector 1 and during Sector 2, but at the beginning of Sector 1 and during Sector 3, I think that Menace Max has just got the upper hand, whether it be the setup being quicker in a straight line or something like that, I really don't know. But Sloth doing his best to keep up here as, oh my goodness gracious, look at that Albo getting ever so close there to Mo to get the move done. Up into 9th place, Albo goes. And he's going to be right on the back of Sicko now, so he's going to try and overtake two bulls in one foul swoop. And as we move to the top, Sloth looking to cut that corner now. Look at this, he's getting a little bit wobbly there. Menace out of the final corner, and here comes Sloth down the inside of the first corner. DRS open, and he's made that move stick. It's about time Sloth made that move for P1, and he's going to try and keep that move now from Menace Max. He tried to defend it. I think Menace Max made a little bit too much of a mistake there. And that was a very, very nice move for Iron Sloth, taking his chances. And would you believe it? He's made it stick, and more action further down the field as Kieran B has overtaken someone. I'm not sure who. I think it was Andy Lou going into the pit. KA's picked up another 3-second time penalty. Should we have a look at the penalties? And that is a point. So obviously KA's got 12 seconds of penalties. That's not good at all. Sloth has got 3. KD's got 6. He will be trying his best to get outside of that 6-second bracket from So Young Tommy. That is his objective right now. I don't think his fight is with the top 2 this race. I think he's just happy with where he is now, and he's going to try and pull 5/10 from these 2. But look at this, Menace Max once again, really close to Sloth, not going as quick as he could through the wall of champions, but staying behind Sloth. Has got the DRS, of course. But yeah, that is where KD is going to be fairly worried about, and I think he might do it because it was 5.9, and when I mentioned it was 5.3, so KD did a very good job there. Of course, he can see the top 2 with his, they are in his sights, just a little bit too much side by side, battling from the top 2, and KD is in the mix there, isn't he? So you've got to keep an eye out for the Williams, who's in P3. And Menace Max there looking to lose a little bit of grip there. 8/10 the difference now between the top 2, which is something that is I mean, Menace Max is losing out, isn't he? I don't know how he stayed in front for so long. Looking at it, but yeah, 8/10 going in onto the back straight. 7/10 now, of course, as he will have gained some slipstream. But whether Sloth, well, sorry, that's not the right question. Whether Max will be able to catch back up to Sloth, I don't know. And in all fairness, he doesn't really need to catch back up to Sloth because he has got Sloth's got a 3-second time penalty. So as far as Max is concerned, he just needs to stay within that 3-second time window, and he'll be sorted for the win. That will hopefully push him up the championship table. And of course, with Sam Swift still not hitting yet. I think it's going to be a good week for Menace Max. Touchwood, if he can keep this. And was that a drop of rain I just saw? Was that a drop of rain I just saw on the screen? I think it was. Rain is starting to fall, ladies and gentlemen, in Canada for the last 5 laps. Whether it will be heavy enough for people to change tyres, I don't know. And I think if it is heavy enough, then Sam Swift Ninja will be absolutely loving it. Let's see, Menace Max here, just behind Sloth. He's locking up a little bit now. The rain is not heavy enough for intermediates, nowhere near heavy enough at all. But Menace Max, let's see if he can make this opportunity count. Is he open the DRS? He's catching up to Sloth now rapidly. He's backed off a little bit there for some reason. I don't really know why. He's still backing off. That is strange indeed. I don't know. I think Menace Max wants to stay behind Sloth because he's got that 3-second time penalty. And the rain is really starting to come down now, as you can see on screen. You can't really see it on this camera, but if I go on board with Menace Max, you can see that the rain is coming down, and whether it will be enough to bring out the intermediates, I don't know. And I've said that before, and I know I keep repeating myself, but that is the question we're all asking. I think Sam Swift Ninja would love to know as well, because he's spent 30 laps on those hard tyres, and how they haven't punctured yet, I don't know. But fair play to him, I must say. Fair bloody play. But yeah, Menace Max trying to catch up with Sloth, trying to overtake Sloth, and do you know what? He could have. I don't know if he's trying to, you know, because he could have overtaken him on the last lap. He really could have. I don't know if he wanted to risk it going into the wall of champions, but I'll tell you what, look how close he is. And look at this Albo. Albo has crashed, and that's brought out the safety car. Now, this is interesting. Will they pit for intermediates? Will it be heavy enough for intermediates by the end of the safety car? This is the question. We are going to see a variety of different strategies here. And Sloth has come into the pits, as has Menace Max. KD's coming as well. Sir Young Tommy, I assume, will be coming into the pits. And look at these KA and Lou Boy already putting on the intermediate tyres. And is this what they're going to do? Intermediates are going on, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Swift Ninja. Oh dear, it's all gone wrong, hasn't it? He's picked up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the pit lane. That is uncalled for. And Sam Swift has put on the soft tyres. KD's put on the softs. Menace has put on the softs. I Am Sloth has put on the inters. He thinks it's going to be wet enough by the end of the safety car to put on these tyres. But of course, the safety car has to give the pack 2 laps of racing. So even if the pack isn't all bunched up, when there's 2 laps from the end, that he has to come in. But do you know what? Looking at the rain, I think Sloth might have made the right decision here. This is what I would have done if I was in Sloth's position. I would have put on the intermediates. This is going to be interesting. What do you think, chap? Do you think that Sloth made the right decision, or do you think that KD and Menace Max and Sir and Tommy and Sam Swift Ninja have all made the right decision here by putting on those soft tyres? Let me know what you think in the chat, because I'd love to know your opinions. I think Sloth has made the right decision. So do I, Vils. I think Sloth's made the really... well, I'm looking at the track here, and it doesn't look like it's getting wet. To me, anyway. Mixed strats, said Jeff the Slayer. It certainly is. Jake, I'd love to know, do you think that Sloth's made the right decision, or do you think that Menace and KD and Tommy and Sam have made the right decision with the softs there? Sticks will be quick for the front lads who can handle them in these conditions. Swanee Jr. reckons it's not heavy enough. And Jonesy reckons that the lads at the front who can handle the slicks in the wet will benefit from this. And look at the track starting to get a little bit greasier, but it's just... I mean, we've got maximum 1 lap left of the safety car. Track position will be vital though, as there won't be a DRS lap. That is very true. Not heavy enough yet, but greasy. The track is greasy indeed. Oh, it's gonna be, it's crossover point. It's definitely crossover point. I've had a wonder of a race, says Vils, and the good thing about disqualifying is that you finish below people who've DNF'd, so you've finished plumb last there, unfortunately, my friend. Crossover soft 1 to 1.5 advantage over Inter, so there you go. I think Sloth is going to be a bit of a disadvantage, but now looking at the track, it's looking like it's really starting to wet up. Sloth just needs to keep them behind and save his battery as much as possible for the straights. But look at the track, it looks like it's getting wet, and I think, do you know what? I think Sloth's in the right here. I'm going to say it here, I'm going to say it now. Sloth, and this will be good as well. He's good at the penalties. Usually when intermediates start, the crossover, well, not the crossover, the advantage people have on the intermediates when the track is wet is insane, and I think Sloth's done madness here. I think Sloth has done an absolute madness. Albo has left the session. Oh dear. Oh, he's DNF. Inters might be as fast as Sloth. I think Sloth made the right decision here. I really do. But I do think he's struggling to warm those Inters up. It's more about track position and conditions, I think. Says Jonesy. Definitely. I think if Sloth can save up the battery, as you said, on the straight, I think, to be honest, it'll be dandy, because looking at these corners, there's no way someone makes it through. They ran the outside of here going full speed without slipping up. So the safety car, however, will be in on this lap. A very good discussion there from me and the chat, of course, about what we think is going to happen next. 2 laps of racing we'll have to the end. I Am Sloth has picked the Inters. The rest of the top 5 have picked the softs. Who is going to come out on top? And we'll find out very shortly now, as the safety car will be called in at the apex of this hairpin here. And there you go, safety car called in this lap, so even earlier than before Sloth can start to slow down. The 3 seconds means KD needs to do his best to Bottas. The people behind DT people will DSQ, no? I don't know. I don't know, Swanee. I don't know, Swanee Jr. I really don't know. Anyway, look at this Sloth. Oh, wow, look at the track. Sloth is slowing down the pack here with his intermediates. And let's see what mayhem is going to be ensued here. Sloth slowing down the pack here. He's trying to keep those inters warm. Weaving left to right, left to right, left to right. And Sloth has made his move. Someone's lost a front wing at the back there, I think. But here they go, Sloth into the first chicane. Let's see how much time he pulls out. Here he's picked up another penalty. That was silly indeed. But look how much time he's gaining already. As Sicko and Sam Swift has gone into the pits. He thinks that it'll be more beneficial to put on intermediates right now already. Oh, never mind. He's got a drive through. I'm mistaken. He's got a drive through, so he's going to serve that. Menace Max is looking just behind KD, and look at this time that the Sloth is gaining here. 1.7, 1.8, 1.8, 1. Oh, he's gone down to 1.7 again. KA has overtaken Andy Lou there. I think KA is on the intermediates as well as Lou Boy, who has overtaken Swan Shanks. And look at this 2-second gap. Excuse me. 2-second gap between Sloth and KD. Sloth has made the bloody best decision there. I'll tell you what. Menace Max, though, and KD are going to be slipping around, fighting for P2. Of course, KD's got 6 seconds of penalties. So whether he'll actually do that or not, I don't know. But Menace Max losing grip of the car there. Sliding through those corners, and Sloth, by getting into the penalty, has made things 10 times harder for himself. But he just needs to get away from Menace Max. That's all he needs to do. He needs to get 6 seconds behind Menace Max, and KD needs to play the boss. And look at this fight back here. It's absolutely incredible. Someone's gone off the track there. I think that might be Sicko, Mo, and I think it was, oh, who was it? Lou Boy. I think I was making it very, very close there by that hairpin. Menace Max looking to try and overtake KD. Time pins can be removed, so don't rely on them for the W, of course, says Jonesy. It's the final lap of the Grand Prix. Will Sloth be able to do it? The track is getting wetter and wetter. Sloth is gaining more and more time. And look at this, 5.4, 5.5, 5.6 as KA overtakes Sir Young Tommy for P4. Sir Young Tommy dropping down to P4 with no penalties. So if you can just stick it 6 seconds behind KA. Oh no, KA's got 12 seconds, I think. And daddy inside KA goes of Menace Max. He's splitting the two in half. But I think what we'll do by this point in time is we'll plan to I Am Sloth. He's got the gap, and we'll quickly go to KA, who's overtaking everyone here. And Sloth has got the gap. GG's, lads, says Jonesy. And GG's indeed. I Am Sloth picked the best strategy there you could possibly think of. Everyone else thought the softs were going to be good. I Am Sloth picked the inters. The track got wet. The inters were better. He was quicker. He goes through the wall of champions because he is a champion. I Am Sloth through the chicane, and he will win the Canadian Grand Prix. It's 2 for 2. But I Am Sloth, very nicely done from him. KA will finish next in second place on track, but he will have a penalty. And look at this, what's happening here. It looks like we have a bit of an incident further down. KD's made a mistake and he's all the way down in 7th place. Kieran B will finish in 2nd place. Menace Max will finish in 3rd. Lou Boy in 4th. Sir Young Tommy in 5th. KA in 6th. KD unfortunately in 7th. Andy Lou in 8th. Swan Shanks in 8th. Sorry, Andy Lou in 9th. Mo crawling across the line in 10th. Sicko in 11th, and Sam Swift Ninja in 12th place as he's trying to pick up there. Unfortunately, I think he's drifting. Blue Boy P14 to P4 in 5 laps. Kieran on the podium, says Jonesy. Kieran B, P2. Take a bow, sunshine. I made a comment about him about 10 minutes ago saying that he was behind the safety car. And I'll tell you what, that is he's made up there perfectly. I Am Sloth raced absolutely perfectly for Jeff Slayer. Canada always throws a back marker on the podium from time to time, doesn't it just? And Kieran B was the lucky one today. So let me invite then the top 3. Sloth will not talk, so I'm not going to even waste my breath inviting him. Kieran, will Kieran? I mean, I don't know if Kieran will talk. I don't know if he's ever been on the podium before. And Menace Max, of course, or it's Max. It's Menace, sorry, not it's Max. Sam Swift comes across the line, the championship leader, and I don't know where that'll put Menace Max in the championship. I don't really know. Kieran, baby driver of the day, resub from Tommy. We love to see it. Absolute legend, says Jeff Slayer. Of course, young Tommy is a legend. But I am Sloth, carrying the Irish flag with pride. He has won the Canadian Grand Prix. He won the Spanish Grand Prix last week. Beautiful. Oh, thank you very much, Chef the Slayer. Thank you very much. I do need a good sip. Let me just make sure you can all hear how much I'm drinking right now. Amazing. Thank you ever so much, Jake. We love to. That was much needed indeed. You love to see it. We love to see it. Anyway, thank you very much. Look at the penalties. Canada is always a penalty fest, I must say. You always see penalties from the majority of drivers. But I have invited all the drivers to the party, so if they want to join, I'll give them a good couple of minutes. I believe I have added them. So yeah, but we'll wait a couple of minutes whether Kieran will join, whether Menace will join. I don't know. But we'll give it a few. Yeah, what a race! What a race! Ah, there he is, Kieran B. I didn't think. Yeah, mate. Did you think you were going to be in this party today? Yeah, you. How was it? I don't actually know how that's happened. I was so engrossed in what was happening at the front. You can't hear him. Great. They can't fucking hear you, mate. Oh, you're getting your voice shed. Don't worry. Technical difficulties.
That should be all good. They should be able to hear me.
Right, let us know, Jonesy. Can you hear Kieran or not?
Hello, hello. Where you at, Swanee? Testing.
Can hear him now. Lovely. Right.
Sweet.
How on earth did that happen? Tell me.
Mate, I was going to ask you the same thing. I literally have no idea.
Do you know what? There was a big clump of cars at the Wall of Champions at the end there, from what I could see. I don't know if you were involved in that.
So all I know is I outdrove. Well, I say outdrove. I'm not going to say that to Max because that's unfair on him. I think I just had the traction in the braking zone, so I got up alongside him under ERS, managed to outbrake him into the last chicane, and KD was unfortunately facing the wrong way, so I was actually quite lucky not to T-bone him and ruin my race. I managed to duck in on the inside when he was on the outside in the Wall of Champions.
Yeah.
And which is very unfortunate for him because I thought he had a really good race, and I think he'd have come second or third if he'd have managed to hold it on the corner. But took the gamble on the inters, knowing that it was going to get a little bit worse, and the longer the safety car was out, the more it played into my favour. So
yeah,
I was quite happy with that.
Very well done indeed, mate. Swanshank saying well done, Kieran.
Thank you, Swanee. That was some good battling out there with you, mate. But where you at, Swanee?
Kieran's getting a nosebleed right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely, I'm going to enjoy it. This doesn't happen very often. In fact, it doesn't happen at all.
Swanee saying miracles can happen.
They can. They can. Just look at you. You're somehow on my pace. That's a miracle. Don't know who for.
Well, Swanee continues to be a meme, says Jeff the Slayer.
He's a good lad. He's a good lad. No, I think, in all honesty, I think a lot of that was down to the changing conditions, the gamble into tyres, the late safety car, and the fact that I managed to hold it on 2 warnings since about lap 5.
Brilliant, yeah. It's really hard around this track.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I'm not the quickest around this track, but I know that no penalties around this track, you're always likely to gain positions, especially if there's a late safety car. So
yeah,
happy with the second place. I definitely wasn't on the pace of the front boys though, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
Your
everything went
teammate
my
in the
way
chat there,
today.
Vils, saying well done. Sorry I couldn't
Thank
bring
you very
both
much.
McLarens home.
Oh, it is what it is, dude. What happened to him if he's
He
able to
desynced.
elaborate?
So
Yeah,
what
I think
happened
that's
was,
what the information that we were getting in our chat was a desync, which is a shame because I thought he was having a good race up until then.
yeah, everyone. It says everyone left for him.
Yes, that is a desync issue then. That's
So
unfortunate.
yeah, but you don't see that
But
very often these days.
no, it's not as common as it used to be, but it still happens. I think I had it in an offline lobby once, but
Yeah.
yeah, hey ho.
Right then, I think that is it from me, and that is it from your second place man, Kieran, and of course, Sloth had to get his name in there, but there you go. Sloth is the winner this week. Next week, what track is it, Kieran?
I don't actually know. Do you want me to have a look at the calendar quickly? 2 seconds.
That would be good because I don't know either.
Is that calendar? I think it's that calendar. If we've
Let's have a look.
just done Canada, I believe we move on to Austria.
Austria next. Once
Austria
again,
next.
another action-packed one. And just as we're about to end the stream, we get a new follower. Would you look at that? Soil Bender. Brilliant. Fantastic name.
What a lovely name.
I know. Lovely. But anyway, that'll be it from me, and that'll be it from Kieran B. It's been lovely talking to you all. I've been your host, Crazy Bill 96. And we'll see you all same time tomorrow for League 2.